Well, this is your first big kind of venture outside the relationship. What does it feel like being on stage by yourself for the first time in a couple of decades?
It is weird. It's a bit like... it's very... I'm enjoying it. It's very satisfying, but I think it's a little bit like maybe travelling by yourself or something, where it's very, you know, it's exciting and it's an adventure. I'm enjoying it. It's challenging. Maybe not as much fun as performing with somebody else, you know. And also, if things go wrong, you haven't got anybody else to blame.
Well, you've always been very attracted to that physical type of comedy. A recent reviewer, actually, in the one review, compared you to Chaplin, Keaton and Marcel Marceau, which was quite impressive. But I often think there's a bit of Harry Langdon in what you do, because you really like to take your time with a physical gag. Often you don't like to rush it, don't you?
Yeah, I hadn't seen very much Harry Langdon at all until I've been doing a bit of... you know, buying the old silent movies over the, you know, through the internet DVDs and stuff. Yeah, and Harry Langdon he's got a bit of the Stan Laurel kind of childlike, you know, innocence about him, where he does really take his time with things. And I think it's probably an amalgam of all those different sorts of influences, but also just what comes naturally to
You say
me,
you're watching the great sort of silent greats just now, but didn't you do that as a kid? Surely you must have been exposed to it at some stage.
Well, not really. I remember, I think I saw my first Chaplin film when I was maybe 18 or something. I remember seeing it at RMIT I wasn't studying at RMIT, but I just heard that it was being shown in one of the little theatres there, and being quite amazed. It was a fantastic little routine based around him being a bricklayer and just doing all different slapstick with the bricks and bricks getting thrown up, and I can remember it pretty vividly. And then I didn't really watch much of the silent stuff through my 20s, saw little bits and pieces. It's more in the last 10 years or so that I've really gotten into it and fallen in love with Buster Keaton. And in fact, I highly recommend, you know, probably don't come and see my show. Go and have a look at some of the Buster Keaton stuff and the Chaplin stuff and the stuff that is real genius, you know.
Well, I did come and see your show, Possessed, as it's called. You're playing a character possessed by... well, kind of an old Italian sea dog, as well as an Irish girl from the 19th century. That's slightly ambitious, I would have thought.
Particularly when you're not a very good actor. So I didn't realise that until I sort of dug myself into this hole. And but that's the thing about digging yourself into holes. Occasionally you find treasure down there. Sometimes, ding, 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 it's the septic, but other times it's treasure, and I'm not sure what I've got yet. But the Italian salty sea dog character, he's a little bit easier, because he's kind of a comical clown character, where if the accent goes, it doesn't really matter, you know, it's all just, it's mischief really more than anything else. But doing the Irish woman, who is kind of the, you know, the romantic object of desire for my main character, that has been quite a challenge, because, you know, my Irish accent does really come and go a little bit. And I know on the first night there was meant to be this bit where it was meant to be quite heartfelt, you know, they'd had a fight and, you know, she thought that he'd betrayed her, and I was meant to say in this beautiful female Irish voice, "You said you loved me." And what came out was, "You said you loved me!" I kind of went, yeah, I need to practice this a little more.
Vegemite.
Mary, Mother of God!
That's good stuff.
Kate Denborough, the director, has been absolutely fantastic. I can't speak too highly of Kate.
And she comes from a physical theatre background, having founded Cage.
That's right. Fantastic physical theatre, very visual. A really nice kind of light touch as well. Doesn't kind of, you know, labour things too much. And Kate really helped me tease out the more theatrical aspects and the narrative, and take the whole... hopefully make the whole experience a much more kind of richer, deeper experience for people. So
Yes, I've heard Kate is a very hands-on director.
Actually, she's pretty incredible in terms of... I haven't worked with many directors, but she would actually go, "Yeah, that's really good, the way you're falling down the stairs. Why don't you try falling down the stairs like this?" And she'd go up and just go... and fall down the stairs. She'd go, "You're going to hurt yourself." What? So she was very... You know, she rolled up her sleeves and just got stuck right into it, which was fantastic. She's great.
Best of luck with Possessed, Frank Woodley. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Frank Woodley's one-man show Possessed runs as part of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival until April 13. Then he goes on tour. Our website has all the details.